Good morning, children. Today we are going to deal with another lesson in your grammar textbook, and it is subject verb agreement. The subject verb agreement has also another name or the term that we use to refer. It is what? Concord. Concord. So subject verb agreement means according to the subject we use the verb. If the subject is singular, we use the singular verb, and if the subject is plural, we used to use the plural verb. That all you already know. Okay, first one you know, that means you already know, we are familiar with that. Okay, sorry children, wait, sorry, so sorry. So when the subject of the sentence is singular, the verb must also be singular. When the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. So my friend likes to play chess. Here my friend is singular, so we use the singular verb likes there. If the subject is singular, we will use s or es with the verb. If the subject is plural, we will use the root form of the verb. Root verb means so like. This is the root form, and the same word like is plural form and likes is the singular form. So this is the root form. That means what all the changes that happen to a verb. It's the base, and we make changes to this base form. Okay, that is what? Root form. Okay. Then my friends like to play chess. Why we use like here? Because my friends, it's plural. Clear? So next one, when the subject is one of followed by a plural noun. For example, one of the pupils. So after one of the, here we can find pupils. That means it's a plural subject, plural noun, isn't it? One of the players. The verb is singular, to agree with one. So clear children. So if the subject is one of and it is followed by a plural noun, we will use a singular verb. One of the students in my class plays. Not all the students in my class, one of the students in my class plays in the national junior hockey team. Understood? Then one of my friends likes swimming, not like. Sorry. Not like, instead of that we use likes here. Why? One of my friends, not all my friends. So just keep it in your mind, when the subject is one of and it is followed by a plural noun, you have to use a singular verb there. So children, this subject verb agreement is very, very important. So one by one we can learn. When a subject has two singular subjects and it is joined by the conjunction and, then the verb must be plural. So children, if a sentence has two singular subjects and that two subjects are joined by the conjunction and, then the verb must be plural. For example, John and Mary. Here we can find two subjects and it is joined by and. So, have. We use the singular or plural verb here. Yes, plural one. Why? Because we can find John and Mary. That means two subjects are here and this is joined by and. Joined by the conjunction and. So we use the verb plural verb. So first of all, when the subject of a sentence is singular, the verb must be singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb also will be plural. Then when the subject is one of and it is followed by a plural noun, then there also the subject is singular. Okay, clear? Then next one we learn that if a sentence has two singular subjects and that two subjects are joined by the conjunction and, the verb must be plural, plural, plural. Clear? Then here also some exception are there. So listen. When two or more nouns represent a compound name for one person or thing, then the compound unit is thought of as singular and takes a singular verb. Now listen. So here his friend and benefactor. Here friend and benefactor represent the same person. So it's a compound name used for one person. Isn't it? Huh? So we have to use, but we already learned that when two subjects are there, two singular subjects are there and in a subject, and if it's joined by the conjunction and we have to use the plural verb. That's we already learned, but here there is some exceptions are there. What is that? When two or more nouns represent a compound noun, a common name for one person or thing. Here his friend and benefactor means it represents a single person. So here we have to use singular verb. Then bread and butter. It's a compound name. Compound word used there. Bread and butter. So here also you have to use singular verb. I think it's clear for you. So once more, when the subject is singular, verb singular, subject plural, verb plural. That's a basic rule that we learned. When the subject is one of the and is followed by a plural noun, we have to use singular verb. Then we learned that when a sentence has two singular subjects and is joined by the conjunction and the verb must be plural. But here also there is some exception. If that two or more nouns represent a compound noun name for one person or thing, then we have to take that unit as a singular. So the verb must be always singular there. Clear? Then now when the subject begins with introductory there, the verb agree with the subject that follows it. Okay. There was a dread. Here we can find in the two questions, we can find the introductory there. And here was is used here. Okay. And here are is used. Why? Because in this sentence, first sentence, there was a dreadful incident. Dreadful incident means it's singular. That's why we used was here. Clear? So, when a sentence begins with an introductory there, you have to find which is the subject that comes after or that follows this there. So, in the first sentence, introductory there is followed by a singular subject, dreadful incident. That's why we use was here. Clear? Now, in the second sentence, there is also here then 40 students. So here introductory there is followed by a plural subjects. 40 students means it's plural. So we use are here. So clear? Now can you see, children? Okay. A lot of and plenty of take a plural verb when they denote number. They takes a singular verb. Then they denote quantity or subjects. So denote number, singular, verb. Clear? So children, if a lot of and plenty of is used in a sentence And if this lot of and plenty of denote number, then you have to use plural verb. And if they denote quantity or amount, then you have to use singular verb. Okay, examples are given here. There were a lot of people at the concert. There were a lot of people at the concert. Here we can find what? Here we can find there. There or where? Yes, where. There were a lot of people at the concert. And here we use a plural verb. Why? Because a lot of people denote number, isn't it? Clear? Then there are a lot of rivers in our country. There are plenty of things to do this summer, but last one, there is a lot of water available. Here it's not weak, it's an uncountable noun. Water is an uncountable noun, so we cannot denote water using a number. We can only denote its using amount or quantity, isn't it? So that's why here singular verb is used. I think it's clear. Then a number of is always followed by a plural verb since it means several or many. Okay. So here now we are going to learn another one. A number of is always followed by a plural subject verb. Here it's given that we always use a plural verb after a number of. And that number of means what? If that expression number of represents or it means several or many. That means if a number of is used in the sense of several or many, we have to use a plural verb. There have been a number of accidents this year. Here a number of accidents means what? Many accidents. Many accidents. That's why have is used here. Now one more rule we can learn today. A singular collective noun such as crowd of people, a gang of thieves, a board of directors, a company of soldiers takes a singular noun. If a singular collective noun, always takes a singular verb. Okay. Then next one, a dozen, since it denotes a plural number, takes a plural. It's very easy. A dozen means it denotes a plural number. A dozen means 12, isn't it? So there are a dozen eggs in the tray. And now a pair of, when applied to the things like scissors, shoes, trousers, where two components are always thought of as a unit, takes a singular verb. When you think of scissor, will you imagine it as two things, or scissors means that two hands together or different? Yes, when we thought about our scissors, we think it about together, isn't it? Trousers also. Will you imagine a trouser only in one leg, that means right leg or left leg, or will you imagine it as together or two different parts? No, we will always take it as or thought of as a unit. So it takes a singular verb. There is a pair of scissors in the drawer. There is a new pair of shoes. There was a pair of trousers in the laundry. Clear? But if we omit the words a pair of and only use the plural word, then it takes a plural verb. Here the scissors are in the drawer. Here we don't know. A pair of scissors means we know. It's a pair of. But here it's given that the scissors. We don't know actually how many scissors are there. Then his shoes were new, his trousers were torn. We don't know how many are there. Okay, so here it takes plural word. So you have to use plural verb. So clear, children? So today this is enough for you. Next class we can discuss the rules, other rules later. Okay. Thank you and have a nice day, children.